Okay, the Detroit Pistons make a bold trade. That's the only way I can really describe this trade. In one hand, it's like, "Hey, I like that. Ooh, I like that. Shooter, three-point shooter, fills a need, love it. Ah, don't like his salary. Don't really like that we've kind of punted now on free agency." So let's break it down right here. Free Press does a nice job of looking at it. So remember, hours before the negotiating period at 6 p.m., they took themselves out of the running. We'll get to that in a second. A little bit more on that because we were supposed to enter with 30 million in free agency, but we acquired Joe Harris, two future second round picks from the Brooklyn Nets, and they will send back nothing. So why do they do that? That's what I love about basketball. I kind of love and kind of hate is trades are kind of weird. For for the Nets, they're like, take this guy's salary off of our hands, and we will also throw in a couple second round picks for you to do it. So basically, we give up nothing. That's pretty cool, but we have to swallow a $20 million expiring salary. So again, expiring means it's on the last year of its deal, and when it does go away, we get that $20 million back. It's hard to find the dollars to make sense. So it's intriguing for some teams, and some teams don't want that. So we kind of want that. Like, hey, we get Harris, and next year that 20 million falls right off. So for the Pistons, the trade nets them one of the most accurate shooters and draft capital. Now, again, those second round picks are worth nothing, and they're also worth something at the same time. Just like in this situation, it's good to have some second round picks to throw into deals, but really, if you use your second round picks, they're worth nothing. Kind of weird. I know. So, and by the way, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Help me out on this one. You'll see as I describe this, I'm gonna kind of be all over the place, because I like it and I don't like it. Help me out if you guys like this or not, because Craig and I learned from you guys. We read almost every comment. We may not respond to every comment, but we're reading them. So make sure you help us out. And the Pistons will have significant cap space, at least 50 million next offseason. That's a key point as well. Key point there is we may be saying we're just not there yet this year. As excited as we are, as just like not excited, but more antsy as we are as Pistons fans to actually win this year, um, let's be real, like we're not there yet. We're maybe next year away, unfortunately. So then you would really free up next year. So barring any further moves, it also means that they punt on making a run at a big free agent this offseason. Yes. And that's what I was going to get to. I think Troy Weaver is not done. I think there's more moves to be made. But if not, then we've only got $10 million left, and the big free agent is off the table for this offseason. But again, you really free up, and nobody's patient, myself included, especially with the Pistons. We've been waiting and waiting and waiting. You get 50 million in 2024, and you get a shooter for this year, though. So that it's not the worst deal. It's an odd deal. It's like it's bold because here's what makes it bold. They now have 10 million space. Another league source. Here we go. Yeah, so Cam Johnson was another target, but the Nets are probably clearing space to keep him. So here's Harris. He fills an immediate need for the Pistons, an outside shooter. 31 years old, 6'6" wing, coming off a down season in which he only had about 8 points per game, 20 minutes, 8 points per game and 20 minutes played, while still shooting 43% from three. So that's huge. But he only played in 14 games due to a left ankle injury, which required 2 surgeries. So you can see what I mean. You're up and down. You're like, oh, yeah. Oh, hey, we didn't give up anything. We got a sharpshooter. Love it. Oh, he's going to cost us 20 million. Oh, he didn't play basically last year because of ankle surgery. Gosh, I don't love that. He's 31 years old. So here's what the Pistons are doing. They're banking on Harris making a return and in full form for next season. Obviously, like you're good, right? I mean, that's what I'm kind of like. You good? Like, how have we checked on that? I'm sure we have. Medical staff, whatever. Got to do a physical, but it's like I don't love that. Multiple surgeries on an ankle for 31-year-old, not the greatest thing. But here we go. Prior to last season, he was a starter for Brooklyn for 4 years and averaged double-digit points his first 5 seasons with the Nets. A career 44% three-point shooter. That's it. I mean, right? That's what we're like, okay, okay, cool. That's what we need. That's what we need. So you just added a 44% 3-point shooter to the roster for nothing. That's a good trade, right? So I kind of go back to, let's just assume we have no other way other than to assume that the ankle's going to be good. So I'm going to assume the ankle's good, and we just added a 44% 3-point shooter to our team. Cool. And that's where I just have to be until I'm proven otherwise, that okay, maybe his ankles are messed up or whatever. But you get the shooter and you get cap space next year. I don't hate this. I really don't. So he gives the Pistons a marksman who can help them ascend from below to above league average in 3-point percentage. And we keep saying it. Look, Cade can create. He can, he's going to hopefully get better at shooting. He can create, kick it out. Ivy, slasher, creator, can kick it out. We've got Thompson now. Same thing. Defense, transition threes. We need somebody out there to catch and shoot, and this is exactly what he can do. During rebounds, like Boyan, still he can shoot. So we've added some shooting. We've got defense. We've got athleticism. We've got length. There's things now that we have based on this. So, but Harris doesn't address their other needs at wing. Defense. The Pistons still have avenues to improve in that area, either in free agency or trademark, but the solution won't come in the form of a free agency swing. The odds of them signing Johnson, we're not getting him, and former Piston Jeremy Grant, who reportedly agreed to a 5-year, $160 million to stay in Portland, are gone. So defense is still a thing. So you can see how it goes up and down, up and down. Oh, we can shoot, can't play defense. Oh, we didn't get for anything. Oh man, his ankles are bad. He didn't play last year because he had to have surgery. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. If I had to sum it up, I'm saying, you know what? I get it. We're not there yet. So do you give a guy so you added a good free agent for 1 year? It's basically an equivalent of a Detroit Lions Brad Holmes deal of a 1-year deal for blank. I need you for this year. We'll figure it out next year. You know what I mean? Like, we'll figure it out next year because we're just not there yet. And so I can't give you a 5-year, $150 million deal to somebody because we're just not there. I don't know what's going to happen next year. I don't know. Will the young core develop? Like, I just can't lock us into a $150 million deal with somebody. I gotta see where we're at next year, have $50 million in cap space, young core still there, then we can make a move. So that's where I'm at if I had to sum it all up. So let me know your thoughts in the comments on this one. Again, I like it. It's just where we're at as a franchise. This is just where we're at and where the smart thing to do rather than to get locked into something for long term. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see all of you on the next one.